just more of my dreams slipping away. It's more of what I hoped for slipping away.
Payment coming due, and with the family falling apart,
What if everything you thought you knew about Sister Wives was a carefully staged illusion? A story about family, love, faith, and betrayal. Because behind those TLC smiles and family dinners, fans believe a much darker game was playing out. And at the center of it all, Robyn Brown. Stay tuned, because today we're diving deep into the unrevealing of a spiritual marriage. A financial mystery and a fandom that's done being fooled. Let's start where it all went public. Mary Brown, once Cody's first wife. The loyal one, the spiritual tie that held the whole polygamous picture together. When Mary finally officially cut her spiritual ties, it wasn't a shock to her closest watchers. That moment had been years in the making, but the real surprise, how Robyn and Cody reacted. They didn't. No social media posts, no emotional pleas, just silence. And for fans, that silence said everything. But it didn't all fall apart in one day. It started with a single line buried in a Reddit thread. Mary was never the threat. That's why Robyn had to keep her close. Those words hit like a match in a room full of gasoline. Suddenly, fans were rewatching old episodes, seeing every tear, every plea from Robyn in a new light. What once seemed like raw emotion now felt like strategy, the theory exploding across fan forums. Robyn's entire plan for her polygamous life depended on keeping Mary exactly where she was, isolated, powerless, but still spiritually bound. Not a real wife, but a placeholder. A spiritual decoy that kept Robyn's world looking intact. And then there's the money. Because if you ask the fans, that's where things get really messy. For years, family finances weren't just shared, they were tangled. Each wife was expected to pitch in, whether through books, boutiques, or side hustles. But where did all that money actually go? Insiders and some very dedicated Reddit sleuths say the answer is simple. Robyn's household. Flashback to the Las Vegas era. For shiny new houses, a fresh start. On TV, it looked like unity. Behind the scenes, sources say that's when Robyn's long game took shape. She wasn't just Cody's favorite. She was his strategist. Mary, she was the leverage. The wife emotionally pushed out with no young kids to complicate things, but who still kept sending money and asking no questions. And let's talk about those fans for a second. They weren't just watching, they were investigating. Property, records, boutique sales, even TLC salaries. They started noticing suspicious patterns. Robyn's big new house purchase. Perfectly timed with Christine's cookbook sales. Private school tuition. Seemed to spike right as Mary's boutique got busy. While other wives filmed in half-finished houses, Robyn's was always spotless, decorated, and paid for. And here's the kicker. Insiders claim Mary kept the receipts. Literally. Screenshots, PayPal logs, .venmo transfers. Some labeled simply family, others suspiciously aligned with Robyn's big expenses. And while none of this is confirmed, it's fueling a wildfire of speculation. One phrase is blowing up on TikTok and Reddit. Mary kept the receipts. This isn't just about dollars. It's about how Robyn kept Mary spiritually tied. Remember those on-screen moments? You matter. You're still part of the family. Fans say those weren't reassurances. They were a script. Because as long as Mary stayed bound emotionally and spiritual, Robyn didn't need her happy. She just needed her quiet. But there's an even bigger layer here. Because in the belief system, the Browns followed. A man sealed to multiple wives carries that family into the afterlife. 3 wives meant celestial legitimacy. Mary's spiritual release. That wasn't just a breakup. It was a direct threat to Robyn's entire plan for eternal salvation. And now, the sisters Robyn may have underestimated are comparing notes. Janelle practical, sharp with the finances. Christine finally free and willing to talk. Rumor is they're not just reminiscing, they're auditing. Did you ever see where those payments went? Was Robyn ever transparent about the nanny costs and Cody? Sources say he's panicking. It's not about jail time, about losing control. He reportedly lashed out at Janelle for snooping, at Mary for airing dirty laundry. But the louder he gets, the more desperate he seems. Because this show doesn't just run on drama, it runs on image. If the public sees their marriage not as spiritual but transactional, that's a PR nightmare. But this isn't just a sister-wife scandal. It's striking a nerve far beyond the show. Comment sections are full of women in their 50s and 60s saying, "I was married to Robyn." Not literally, but emotionally. They see the patterns. Emotional breadcrumbing, financial exploitation, spiritual manipulation. Fans aren't just watching, they're dissecting timelines, making infographics, comparing boutique launches to home purchases. One viral post even broke it down like a forensic audit. Robyn's life looked like it was falling apart on camera, while behind the scenes it ran like a well-oiled machine. And now the last domino might be teetering. Janelle reportedly considering her own spiritual release. If she follows Christine and Mary, Robyn loses the image she fought so hard to preserve. No celestial kingdom, no spiritual status. Just one very public fall from grace. Robyn Brown may have spent years playing the peacemaker. But now every tear, every plea, every soft-spoken apology is being re-examined. Was it love? Or was it leverage? And if the receipts really exist, Mary, Janelle, and Christine truly join forces, this won't just be the end of a TV show. It'll be the end of the illusion. So tell me, was Robyn always planning it? Or did she just get too used to the power? Drop your thoughts in the comments. Don't forget to like and subscribe because this story's not over yet.